Okay, Gil, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hey, Ron. Thank you for having me. So my name is Gil Katz. I've been practicing and training martial arts for the last 30 years or so. And more specifically now, I teach people how to defend themselves and how to get out of dangerous situations.
Okay, great. So, Gil, as somebody who's active in teaching people self-defense, what's the problem today that you see?
I think that in the last recent years, there is a rise in crime rate. And what in the past people haven't tried or haven't used to do, nowadays is more common, and this is not something that would stop them. And I think that in a way, we need to stop relying on other people and other, things to help us, and we need to start taking responsibility and take to our own hands.
Okay. So, what's the solution?
Well, obviously it's not like a school where you ask me like yes, no, and like here, and you know what I mean? It's a process, but it starts with realizing that, like I said before, we can't really count on anyone else, and we really have to take care of ourselves. And once we realize that, then, like I said, it's a process, and it's, several things that we need to take care of, and we need to make sure we have. And obviously part of it is also learning how to defend yourself and how to avoid dangerous situations. And once you find yourself in one, hopefully never, then how to get out of it, and how to have several ways of solving this kind of problem. I always, when I teach, I used to say there are several ways of solving a problem. One way is doing it this way, another way is doing it differently. But the point is, again, you want to get your objective. You want to remove yourself out of the situation, and hopefully ending it up without a scratch, put it this way.
Okay, so I've got a question. Everybody says if there's a problem, if you see somebody aggressive, if you see somebody who could be violent, don't fight. Either run or call the police. That seems to make sense. What would you say?
Well, it does make sense in some scenarios. If you can run, I always say run, Even people who know how to fight, and they're pretty good fighters, and even myself, I always say when you can run, because that's 100% chance that you're not going to be involved in the situation. And by the way, including reporting to the police as well, if you can. And this is something that's applicable, and if this is something that, it's really out of your own hands and you can handle it, if you can obviously do that. The thing is that not always we can run. So I'll just give a quick example. Let's say you're in a room or you're in a restaurant or a bar, and the exit on the exact opposite of where you're at right now. So there is no running here. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, if you could run, if you could exit, if you could just avoid it altogether, that would be best. But not always we can. And in those kind of scenarios, yes, I also teach people how to avoid it in a smart way, and how to position yourself in a way that even if this is something that will start to evolve into a more physical situation, then at least you're going to put yourself at favor. If you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So, my point, and to summarize it, yes, if you can avoid it, I highly recommend it. If you can run. A problem is that not always we can, and even calling the police. I mean, it's let's say that they're really amazing, and it's gonna take them, I don't know what, 3 minutes to arrive to your house or to the scene or whatever it is, which is quite fast, 3 minutes. But 3 minutes is a very long time when it comes to fighting. A lot could happen in 3 minutes.
Okay, so let's dial back a little. So you're saying that even though the best thing is to run, maybe if you're caught in a room and the crazy assailant is at the door, maybe you won't be able to escape. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's just one example. We also gotta understand that there are almost endless possibilities and variations to reality. So we can all plan and count on one thing to happen, but once we let reality play, there could be endless amount of variations. So I just gave a quick example of you being in a room and not being able to escape. But, you know, you can even be in a park and then all of a sudden, like, 4 or 3 people are surrounding you, you know? So, again, there is no escape. Like, you've got as much room as you want, but it's not likely that you'd be able to just outrun them and then run so fast that they won't be able to touch you.
So, Gil, another question. So, this is something I was thinking about. Let's say a person was older. Let's say in their 60s or their 70s. I don't think there'd be, if you're in your 60s or 70s, I don't think there'll be a chance you'll be attacked by somebody older, maybe 75 or 80. Maybe a person of that age group are not sure they could outrun somebody. Maybe they would have to fight, like, or they'd have to do something. What's your feeling on that?
Well, number one, I have to say that I wasn't born in the 60s and the 70s, Ron. So that's first. But, not only, older people, that's one type of group that, you know, needs to adjust a little bit in terms of their physical abilities. But not only older people, even younger people, that they have some limitations or they have some, maybe limitations is the right word, things that, you know, limit them from doing fully what other people can do. They can still defend themselves. They can still do a lot. Again, if they know what they're doing, if they have, like, even a couple of moves, they don't need to be masters or anything like that. Just having the right mindset and kind of an idea of what is it that you're trying to achieve and remove themselves from the situation, basically.
Okay, so Gil, before I let you go, can you give me an idea and our listeners some of your experience? How long have you been teaching self-defense and what have you been teaching?
Yeah, so training for over 30 years, teaching probably about 25 years or so. I've been taught all kind of ages from very young, 4 or 5 year olds to all the way up to people who are even 75 and over. I have been teaching different groups of people like law enforcement, just regular people, civilians, women, self-defense, anti-bullying, all those kind of things. And like I said before, it starts again with this realization, with the mind, actually. Before we even throw any punches or any movements or defenses, it's just start with that realization that we can defend ourselves, no matter who you are and no matter what's your physical abilities are. We can defend ourselves, and we are actually able to protect ourselves in any kind of situation. And there are several lines of self-defense. One of them is just verbal, you know. It's just another line of self-defense. And like I said before, it may not always work. So we cannot count on, 100% of the scenarios to play out by me just defending myself verbally. But that's another line of defense.
Okay, so Gil, if somebody listening decides they want help with self-defense, how do they contact you?
So, obviously, they can contact me and I'd be happy to help. And I just want to say one more thing. If it's not possible to train with me due to geographical location or anything else, just train something that, again, could give you some confidence. And really, just anything that will teach you just a few things of how to move and how to defend yourself and how to strike back if needed. And more specifically, for contacting me, people can just reach out to me by phone. I can give my phone over here.
Please.
Or if you think it's better, to just provide it in the description under or whatever you think is better.
Okay, give me your phone number right now, and in the description, I'm going to list it too.
So it's 647-460-4104.
Can you repeat that, please?
Yes, 647-460-4104.
Okay, great. So if anybody's listening, it's going to be in the description. And also, if you contact me, I'm going to get you in touch with Gil. Thanks so much for people listening. Gil has an immense experience, knows how to teach people, and outside of that's a great person. Okay, thanks for coming on, Gil.
Thank you for having me, Ron.
Okay, bye.